Hi everyone, Scott here again. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Task Manager and some of the tabs inside the Task Manager and what they do. To start, I'm going to give you a couple of quick ways to launch Task Manager. The one way that most people know about is the hotkeys Control, Alt, and Delete, which will bring you to this page where you can then go and start your Task Manager. I actually recommend not using that method. If you like using hotkeys, Control, Shift, and Escape pressed all at once will bring you directly into your Task Manager. So there's no extra screen, there's no extra step to get here. And if your computer's running really slow and you use the Control, Alt, Delete method, you may end up hitting it 3 or 4 times trying to get your Task Manager to launch, and the computer will just restart. So any documents or anything you have open, you just lose all that data if you haven't saved it. So Control, Shift, Escape will launch directly into it. Another quick way, if you prefer to use the mouse, just find an empty space on your taskbar down here, right click, and you can start your Task Manager right there. So your 3 primary tabs you're likely to use here are your Applications, Processes, and maybe even your Services tab. Performance, I'm actually going to get into this in another video, where I'm going to go a little more in-depth than just what the Task Manager offers. And same for networking. Users really just shows who's logged into the computer. So if somebody's logged in and then they went and came down to switch user instead of logging out, you'll see a list of people that'll pile up here if they keep doing that. So for our Applications tab, this is all of the software that you currently have running. This is the software that's active right now. And this is the front end. This isn't all the background stuff that just keeps your computer running. This is stuff that you've actually gone and launched. And it'll usually reflect what you have in your taskbar down here. And you can see that mine currently does. It doesn't show itself because that would be a little bit redundant. But let's say I go and I launch like a calculator here. My calculator opens. I get a temporary icon down here on my Task Manager or my taskbar just to show that it's open, and my Task Manager reflects that. So the Applications tab is good if that calculator just won't close. You know, I'm done with it, I click the X, and it doesn't do anything. I can come in here, and I can end the task, which it'll put a little more force into trying to close it, but it's still fairly gentle. You're not going to hurt anything by doing that. And in this case, it's running fine, so it'll just close itself, just like that. In the event it still doesn't work, the red X doesn't work, it won't close. I try to end the task, and that doesn't work. Then we can go down to the Process, and then go to Process, which will bring us over to our second tab. And so, like I said, the application is the active software, and it's really the visual representation. It's the display that what you see going on with that software. The Process is more the background, just the algorithms and everything that keeps that program running fluidly and smoothly, but that you don't really see. So, for my calculator that just won't close, I can come and I can end the process behind it, and that'll help terminate it. It's a little bit harder on it than just ending the task, but it's more likely to succeed. The other thing the Process tab is good for, say you're watching a video that the audio is really choppy for some reason, and assuming it's not the file, it's just not, it might not be getting enough RAM space or processing power from your CPU. You can actually go and increase the priority, and that kind of bumps it up in line for those hardware resources. The only thing you have to be cautious of with that is that as you bump more and more programs up with priority, you end up pushing your Windows operating system a little bit further down every time. So it can cause some problems because then your operating system and your kernel and your shell aren't going to be getting the resources they need necessarily. So use a little bit of caution with that. If you go and set something up high and then you finish using it, you can come back and set it to normal before you close it. And the Services tab is kind of the backbone for any of the applications that you have running. This really supports all the processes for each application. So you can come in here and you can actually come and terminate a service. to prevent an application from running at all until the next time you restart your computer. Any changes you make in here really are temporary, so when you restart the computer, it'll go back to whatever it was doing before you made the changes in here. There really are better ways to handle services, and I'll try to cover those in another video. I think that covers most of the basics for these. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video.